What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greg's TV. In this video, we're going to talk about which phone you should buy, the Galaxy S23 Ultra or the Galaxy Z Fold 5. Now, I've been getting this question a fair amount in my Q&A throughout the last few weeks to months, and I think it's going to come out even more often as the Galaxy Z Fold 5 release nears. So I wanted to kind of highlight some differences between the two phones and which phone you should ultimately choose. Now, I will wholeheartedly admit that I have to guess, without a shadow of a doubt, that the Galaxy S23 Ultra, in every sense of the word, will be a better phone, from quality of the display, to the cameras, to the charging speeds, to the battery life, to literally everything about the phones. I'd have to guess. It generally is their flagship phone that they put out every year. So if you just want the best of 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 the best, then get the Galaxy S23 Ultra. But as you know, there's highlights and lowlights, at least kind of lowlights, to every phone. So without further ado, let's jump into this. So first of all, we'll talk about the Galaxy Z Fold 5 and why you would want to buy this phone over the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Now, both phones are going to have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Both are going to have 12 gigs of RAM. Both are going to have tons of storage. So you can't, pick one of those phones out from the other really at that point in terms of just high level specs. Battery life, both of them, honestly, I would expect to be kind of similar, but I would expect the Galaxy S23 Ultra to be a little bit better. Man, I hate finding these little plastic things on the side of my phone. They're hard to find, but then you just start feeling them and they're easy to pull off. Get back into the video. Also, another major reason you'd want to buy the Galaxy Z Fold 5 is the display. I love folding phones, and to be able to consume anything on this is just that much better. I would much rather watch a video on here. You can fill up the whole screen and still have a little bit of room left. It's easy to multitask in terms of seeing multiple things on the screen. So if I want to multitask, I'll come in here, I'll pull in a multitasking window, got that window, and then we have, let's just do Instagram. So I have all these windows set up, and I can multitask. I can even add more than that. So if you're a multitasker, if you like to watch videos, if you like to play games, you're definitely gonna wanna do it more so on the Galaxy Z Fold 5 because of this huge, awesome display. Also, another big reason you might want a Galaxy Z Fold 5 is just doing anything on this big display. And I mentioned, multimedia type things, but even just doing work. Think about signing a document. You can get an external S Pen that will work with this. You can get and the surface area is bigger. So signing a document, reading PDFs, reading a book. This is perfect for books. This is really the best thing for books. This is almost the size of a book. Reading websites, any of that kind of stuff is absolutely amazing on this display, and I love doing that on here more so than any other phone, folding phones for that matter. And also, you get another display on the front, so if you don't want to open it up and you just want a smaller display, I don't love the skinny display, but maybe you will love it, and it's just sometimes easier to not have to fully open it and you still get that experience. But you also got to remember, this phone's heavier, this phone's bulkier, it's bigger, and those are things that potentially, obviously, would probably take you away from it. But it's really hard to go against an experience like a folding phone in a lot of ways because it's so different than anything you've potentially ever had on a daily basis. So I really love folding phones. I will never personally go back, at least I can't see myself, going back to a traditional slab phone. Once you go fold, you never unfold. That's a little joke there. The crease doesn't bother me. The cameras aren't that great, and that'll be some of the highlights we'll mention with the Galaxy S23 Ultra. So why would you want a Galaxy S23 Ultra? Well, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it's literally the best phone they put out. It has the best cameras, 108 megapixel. It's their third or fourth generation of, is it the third? Yeah, it's actually the fourth generation, I believe, of their 108 megapixel cameras. The zoom is up to 100x. You only get 30x on the Fold 4, Fold 5. The quality of the display is going to be most likely still their brightest display versus any phone that they have. So it really gets really nice and bright. The resolution is high, 2K plus. The front camera is much better than any of the cameras on the front of the Galaxy Z Fold 5. The holding in your hand, just holding this in your hand is a lot more comfortable than holding a folding phone, but get a pop socket, it'll be a little bit better. Fingerprint sensor, I do like it on the side of the phone, and the Z Fold 5 is keeping that. I love that as the power button and the fingerprint sensor. The one on the S23 Ultra is not awful, it actually works really well, but I still would much rather have it as a power button. Also, this phone is something you're completely familiar with, and you can't downplay something like that. There's a reason people go back to something that they absolutely are used to because they love it. But for me, I'd go the Z Fold 5 route. It's just a different experience if you've never tried it, and I love folding phones. They're really fun to use. But if you like the tried and true best of the best of what Samsung has to offer, then you're gonna wanna go with the S23 Ultra. This isn't a slouch by any chance. The cameras are still pretty good. The battery life is gonna be pretty good versus this one, I'd have to assume. So let me know which one you would pick and why in the comments down below. I know someone's gonna mention that these phones can break, and they're right. These Z Fold 5 phones are, even though they get new hinges and things like that, they're still prone to be breaking more than a traditional phone like this. So that would be another major reason, just because it has more moving parts. Thanks for watching. Let me know again what you would choose in the comments down below. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.